are going to talk about project management matrices, one of the most important and powerful tools that separates average project managers from the great project leaders. Many project fails, but they do not fail because of team lacking talent. They actually fails because leaders are not able to measure the right things at the right time. As the famous management thinker Peter Drucker once said, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So in this session, we will cover what project matrices are, why they matter, some important matrices, and we'll take a real world example as well. So what are project management matrices? These are measurable indicators used to track project performance, team productivity, budget utilization, schedule progress, and quality of the delivery. Think of matrices as the health report of your project. Without matrices, managing a project is like driving a car without a speedometer. You might be moving, but you don't know how fast, in which direction, or whether you are about to crash or not. So, introducing first matrix, which is schedule variance. Now, this actually tells us whether the project is ahead or behind the schedule. The mathematical formula used is earned value minus planned value. So let's say if planned work by today was $50,000 worth of work, but the team has only completed 40,000 worth of work, the schedule variance would be negative 10,000. That means the project is behind schedule. This matrix actually helps project managers to identify the delays before they become disasters. The next one is CPI, that is Cost Performance Index. This is a very cost efficiency measurable the earned the formula for this particular CPI is earned value divided by actual cost. So let's say if your earned value is 40,000 and your actual cost is 50,000, the CPI will be 0.8. Now, point to remember here is, or the interpretation here is, that CPI, if it is less than 1, will be over budget. So if your CPI is 0.8, it means for every $1 spent, we are only getting $0.8 worth of work. And that's a serious sign again. Moving on to sprint velocity. Now, sprint velocity it actually helps the scrum masters or the project managers to identify the number of story points completed per sprint. So if a sprint life cycle is of 2 weeks, and in sprint 1, if the committed story points are 15 and the completed story points are 12, that means the total committed story points for that particular sprint was 15, while the sprint velocity was 12. Henceforth, for every sprint, we will calculate the sprint velocity, and we can take an average velocity as the as the sprint velocity per sprint. The next one is defect density. This is very important in terms of measuring the quality of the deliverables. The formula is very simple. The total number of defects per code base. So let's say if a module has 10 defects in 1000 lines of code, the defect density would be 10 divided by 1000. So with this particular matrix, the project managers understand software quality trend that is going on in this project. If defect density increases, it indicates poor testing done by the team, weak code reviews, and improper development done by development. Hence, project managers have to realign on these three in line. The next one is, and it is one of the important metrics, which is resource utilization. So the project manager's work is not only to manage the work, but they also have to effectively measure whether team members that are being working in that particular project have sufficient work or not. Are they underworked or they are overworked? Ideal utilization in a particular organization is around 80%. So, resource utilization has got another state that actual work hours divided by available work hours, and you take a percentage. So let's say if developer available for a particular week is 40 hours, taking 8 hours per day, and actual productive hours are 32. That means 32 divided by 40, and if you take the percentage, it will come as 80%. Right? So that means the resource utilization for that particular week was 80%. As I mentioned, the ideal utilization on an average for a particular, in most of the organizations, is almost 80-85%. If you are falling under, if your particular teammate resource utilization is falling under 70-80%, that means he is ideally utilized. If it is less, that means underutilized, and if it is more, it means a burnout may occur. Let's look at a real situation. A software project has an SPI of 0.75, a CPI of 0.8. This indicated that project was both behind the schedule and over budget. The project manager took 3 actions: added 2 senior developers, second one, reduced non-critical features, third, improved sprint planning. Within 2 months, SPI improved to 0.98 and CPI improved to 0.93. Matrices help detect the problem early and fix it before the project fails. So great project managers don't manage based on assumptions. They manage the projects based on data and matrices. The most important matrices for a project manager may include schedule variance, schedule performance index, cost variance, cost performance index, defect density, resource utilization, sprint velocity, burn down charts, burn up charts. If you track these consistently, you can predict the project success long before the delivery. So remember, projects don't fail suddenly. Matrices show the warning signs months in advance. Thank you.